Auspicious greetings. Welcome to Guang Shan English Dharma services. I'm Miao Tan from Shingma Temple in Malaysia. Today, I would like to share the topic on dependent origination and its interconnection with environment and how we can preserve our environment through this teaching. Looking at the world today, we are facing an unprecedented level of extreme events impacting people and nature. This is evident in the increasing frequency of a severe weather, epidemic, and human-made disasters. We take this as tragic, but if we look at the cause of this tragic, we realize that many of them are interconnected. When event occurred, they only focus on putting out the fire and rebuilding it. Public never look deep into the root. So today, I would like to speak on the interconnection between dependent origination and our behavior. Dependent origination means that all phenomena do not rise from nothing. They cannot exist by themselves. And the right conditions must come together before this phenomenon can arise and come into existence. The Buddha said, all phenomena arise from causes and conditions. All phenomena disappear due to causes and conditions. So from the teaching of dependent origination, we understand that nothing has an independent existence of its own. Since all phenomena are interdependent, if the causes and conditions that produce a phenomenon and that phenomenon are removed, that phenomenon will cease to exist. I share a story. The Buddha has said the flame in an oil lamp burns depend upon the oil and the weeds. When the oil and the weeds are present, the flame in an oil lamp burns. If either of these is absent, the flame will cease to burn. This example illustrates the principle of dependent origination with respect to the flame in an oil lamp. Every event that happened, there must be a cause. One event we can see is climate change. It was due to the raising of greenhouse gas level in the atmosphere, and it affects the heat in the Earth climate system. So what causes these disasters? Number one, caused by man-made, such like waterways blocked by rubbish. Second, groundwater contamination. Factories pouring the toxic chemical liquid into the oceans. Number three, climate changes, greenhouse gas emissions. So look at the recent flood in Malaysia. It was caused by public disposing the garbage into the river. It causes the river to backflow because the drain was blocked with disposed plastics and bottles. It takes the government weeks to clear the rubbish in the river. Next, look at the groundwater contamination. Factories pour chemical liquid into the ocean. If this continues to pollute the ocean, it will cause immediate effects to sentient beings, which means we will not have clean water to drink. Aquatic plants and animals will be affected too. Furthermore, too much of groundwater discharged to stream can lead to the erosions and alter the balance of species. Some of our actions directly contribute to the problem. So, by adjusting our behavior, we can become part of the solutions to these problems. All these disasters can be avoided if everyone understands the interconnected relationship between humans and nature. The law of cause and effect is a fundamental principle that underlies all phenomena. Every phenomenon is caused by other phenomena and every phenomenon also produces effects. Dependent origination first depends on the presence of cause and then on the right conditions before the results of the effect can manifest. If there is no cause, then there will be no effect. If there is a cause, but conditions are not right, then there will be no effect too. The cause is the primary, and the effect depends on arising of phenomena and the direct force for producing the effect. So now let's talk about how to apply this understanding of dependent origination to save and preserve our environment. So how do we start to save the earth and environmental preservations? Number one, practice the 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Number 2, eat sustainable food. 3, give up plastics. Number 4, plant a tree. 3 R's reduce the waste of resources and reuse and further the lifespan of an object. Most of us, it is important to recycle. Eat sustainable food. Eating more grains, vegetables, fruits, nuts, and less meat or processed food. So how good is sustainable food for the environment? First, they use less fossil fuel, produce fewer greenhouse gases, and often depend on human labor rather than chemical and energy-intensive technology. According to a report, 1 kilogram of meat takes up 100,000 liters of water. Cattle railing is a major source of water pollution. Land degradations, greenhouse gas emissions, and the increases of loss of biodiversity. We encourage our young generation to grow their own fruits and vegetables. So do you. You can grow your own garden too. Reducing the use of plastics is important because plastic production requires an enormous amount of energy and resources. This causes carbon dioxide emissions and contributes to global warming. Instead of using plastic bags, we can take reusable cloth bags with us to carry things. Tree planting helps to control environmental pollution, promote the coordinated development of human beings and the environment, improve the quality of human life. Most important is to protect ecosystem for our next generation. The benefits of planting a tree is tree gives off oxygen that we need to breathe. Tree reduce the amount of storm water runout, which reduces erosions and pollution in our waterways and may reduce the effect of flooding too. So environment benefit by planting a tree. First, reducing climate change. Number 2, preventing water pollution. Number 3, enforcing soil. Number 4, erosions control. Environmental protection starts with us. We need to look at our own behavior to consider how we can support a healthy environment for this century and beyond. To start, we can increase our awareness to this topic and start to recycle and clean up waste material instead of dumping it into the earth or waterways. After we gain a deep understanding of dependent origination, causes and conditions, we will live more harmoniously with others and with our environment. I would encourage everyone to apply the 3 good acts in our daily life. Do good deeds by practicing the 3 R's. Speak good words, spread the importance of environmental preservation. Think good thoughts by thinking all phenomena arise with causes and conditions, and cease when causes and conditions ceased. It is important to develop an understanding of the interdependence between nature and sentient beings. We depend totally on the kindness of others. We need to remember interconnection between dependent origination and our behavior. With mindfulness practice, we will develop a right view about our existence and develop a strong compassion and loving kindness with the nature. Thank you for listening to today's topic. You may subscribe to continue to listen to the next episode of Dharma teaching. Thank you.